Some people would say that I own a lot of movies. Some may even say I own too many movies. So recently when I was going through my collection, putting it in bins, getting rid of it, I decided to really question why do I own a lot of these movies. So I thought as a fun little video series where I would pick Blu-rays or DVDs from my shelves with my eyes closed, and then I would have to justify to myself and you, the dear viewer, why do I own this? And the first one is a doozy. It is Edward Zwick's Blood Diamond. Now, to give a little history of me owning this DVD, it is the 2-disc edition. It is surprisingly from Bay Street Video, and I would have gotten this probably out of their bargain bin. And if I had to take a guess when this would have been put out, maybe a decade ago, so I would have been a few years in Toronto and looking for any easy deal or something cheap that I would recognize and go, oh, I think there's probably value in that. Blood Diamond is a movie that I own because I had an affinity for it when it came out in theaters. I remember seeing it and being excited for it because it was the follow-up to The Last Samurai, which I had very much enjoyed, had seen that one like twice in theaters, and for some reason I saw Blood Diamond, I liked it, probably saw it on DVD later on, enjoyed it, never really owned it, but in my mind I had this memory of Edward Zwick kind of creating this melodrama that for some reason had kind of like high-octane gunplay sequences close to John Woo, and this is what has been in my memory for almost a decade. I threw this one on for this video, and whoa boy, memory can do interesting things. This movie is terrible. It's one of those bloated melodramas that thinks it's better than the subject that it's covering by having characters go, oh, all you see is the victims and instead of the people that live in these terrible situations, when really that's all the film is doing, is showing you all the victims and kind of exploiting their pain for drama of a mostly North American audience. Leonardo DiCaprio, in one of his rare swing and a miss, doing an absurd accent the entire time, and the film itself is like so disjointed. It is 2 hours plus, and there's like 5 stories running through it. You have Leonardo DiCaprio as a smuggler, who then teams up with Djimon Hounsou, who is the best thing of the movie. You also have a story about child soldiers. You have Jennifer Connelly playing a reporter who's trying to find the truth in all of this. And it just mushes all together. You know, it only becomes kind of a buddy action film about 45 minutes in. It's continually starting and stopping. The memory of this film that I had was that it was like a road movie and that there was these big gunfights that were tonally completely removed from it. That is not the case. Any set piece in this is a kind of early 2000s, a lot of sound and fury signifying nothing. I don't know where I got this idea in my head that it was like John Woo-esque, but that's as far from the truth as you can get. I probably got this DVD because I'm like, oh, it's a 2-disc special edition. And there's, I'm sure, tons of special features. There's a commentary, there's a documentary, not about the making of the movie, but about Blood Diamonds, and then some fluff pieces as well. So after watching this movie and kind of eliminating the memory of it, I am absolutely getting rid of this. This does not need to be on my shelf. It's wild it's lasted this long. And I know I've had it for a long time because I can feel on the front there's like a little bit of stickiness. No, it's not what you're thinking. It's actually dried blood. And a lot of my DVDs, the cases have dried blood on them. Dried fake blood, I should add. Because when we were shooting Teddy Bomb, my first feature film, there were a bunch of scenes where blood splattered all over in my apartment, and it just covered my Blu-rays and DVDs. Even though I put plastic sheets over them, it was not good enough. So this one has been with me for a long time, but I'm going to get rid of it because while I had nostalgic attachment to it, watching it again through like the cold light of the present, I did not like it. So I don't always want to be negative in these videos. I'm hoping to do them fairly regularly to kind of just, you know, have something to talk about. That I may not be able to watch all of the movies that I just randomly pick, but I'll have recommendations, and I will also describe kind of the contents of the Blu-rays and DVDs, because a lot of them that I have on my shelf are not really conventionally available ones that I have maybe just for that reason. And like, if I have them on my shelf, when I was going through them like probably half a dozen times, I thought that they had enough value to keep them there. And it'll be really interesting as I go through this if that is the case, or will I be getting rid of 3/4 of my collection as I soberly realize I don't need any of these movies. I'm never going to watch them again, and they don't even serve as an interesting thing to sit on a shelf. Well, you'll have to tune in to find out. Please like and subscribe this video. I promise, hopefully, the next ones will be more positive. This is kind of like a test run, but I will also challenge myself and ask myself questions like, do I actually like Blood Diamond? Oh no, I just realized I think I own The Last Samurai on DVD as well. Oh, am I gonna have to watch that one again, too?